Okay, mapping. So mapping is something that we're going to be using quite often in our contracts. So mapping essentially holds the reference to a value, as it says here. So below we see an example of mapping, and it creates essentially hash tables, which consists of key types corresponding to value type pairs. So it's a store that does key to value type pairing. All right. And if that doesn't, all right. And if that doesn't make sense yet, don't worry. We're going to be mapping quite often, so you're going to get the hang of it. But if we look at the example they have here, what they're doing essentially is they create mapping by declaring mapping. And what are they mapping? Well, you're mapping anything, so that's the key type, and then to a corresponding value type. Okay, so you would be mapping, let's say, an address to integers, right? And that's what they show you underneath here, actually. So mapping address to integers. So each address will have its own specific, unique, unique value pair. Okay. And then we actually see the example underneath here. So let's say we're mapping 6 different things here. So we've got 6 keys. So key 1 goes to this index and it has 5, and that's going to be the first value. Key 2 goes to 4, it has value 2. Key 3 goes to 1, it has value 3. Key 4 goes to 3 and has value 4. And essentially, this just creates a table so that we can keep track of each key. Once we have it mapped out, we can then access and do things to these keys consecutively, sequentially. We can store the information, we can retrieve the information. It essentially acts like a dictionary with index and value. Okay. And again, this is something we're going to do quite often. So you can come back to this if you're confused whenever we're going through a mapping together. But this alone, it could be a little bit confusing. So it could still be confusing if you've never worked with mapping before. So no worries on that. Just keep this as your own footnotes so you can come back to this when you need it. But we're going to be doing plenty of examples together.